Okay, so learning about quadratic equations. So let's see what happens if we just do a table of values. So a table of values is anything you can ever do just to plug in and get some points. So if I plug in the coordinate -2, so can you tell me what -2 squared is? And I really want to focus in on this. I'm doing this. I'm doing -2 squared. I am not doing this. Do you see a difference in math? This means to take -2 times -2. This means to do 2 times 2 and then negate it. Okay? So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing -2 squared, which would make +4. Same idea, what is -1 squared? 1, 0 squared, 0, 1, 4, and 3 squared, 9. Okay, so we're going to graph these coordinates. So can you go like this? -2, 4. And you're all remembering this is x, so you're going to go left 2, up 4, plot a point. Left 2, up 4, plot a point. You're going to be going left 1, up 1. You're going to go right on the origin, 0, 0. Right 1, up 1. Right 2, up 4. Right 3, up 9. Can anybody predict the next coordinate if I kept moving? 4, 16. Then the next one would be 5, 25. Can we also make this partner? What's its little partner? So this one has a partner, this one has a partner. What's this one's partner? -3, 9. So I'm going to connect these coordinates together, and it's not pointy at the bottom. So it's kind of a U shape. It's not a V. Let's make it a U shape. And can anybody tell me what I might need to add on my graph, according to what you know about graphs? There's something I'm missing. I'm missing arrows. Why would I need arrows? Because I'm showing you I can keep going if I wanted to. Okay, so this shape that we made is called a parabola. That's just the name of the shape of it. So the U shape. It's going to always have arrows on it because it's going to tell you that it's going to keep going. There's always going to be one point where everything is based around, and this point is called the vertex. So on our graph, this is the point where everything is based around. It's the only point that never has a partner. Do you know what I mean by that? So again, so this point and this point, we're going to call them symmetric partners, right? But this point doesn't have a partner, it's all alone. We're going to have a line where we can fold it in half, and that's called the axis of symmetry. So this would be what I'm talking about, an axis of symmetry. It's, hey, I could cut this thing in half and fold it, and it would be on top of each other, symmetric, right? And it's always going to have an equation of x equals and it's always going to have an x equals, and then it's going to be going through the vertex. So whatever x value you're at when you go through the vertex. Do you remember this from last year? X equals goes straight up and down because y equals lines go flat. You graphed those in grade 10. Okay, domain. Which is domain? Do we talk about x's or y's when we talk about domain? X. So if we're talking about x, we're going to be talking, well, how left to right. This is what we're thinking. How left are we to how right are we? Okay, so how left are we going to keep going? We're just going to go, 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 go. Okay, so if we're going to go, 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 we're going to be using infinite symbols. But because we're going to go left, we're going to say negative infinity. How far right are we going to move? So this arrow says right, 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 right. So we're going to move to infinite. Okay, so we're going to talk about range now. And range is, if we talked domain x, range is y. So we're going to talk about it as in how low to how high. That's going to be the thought process. How low are we to how high are we? Okay, so during this unit, we're going to have two options. Our parabola could look like this, or it could look like this. So there's going to be two different varieties of parabolas. Okay, so on this example, when I say how low it is, it's going to be some kind of value. So some kind of value. Then how high it is would go up forever. Okay, did you notice that I put a square bracket on this number? So this square bracket, again, means you can be exactly at something. That's what square means. You can be exactly there. Okay, this one, how low would you go? Looks like I'm going to go on forever low. I go down, 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 down. How high do I go? Well, it depends on your graph. You're going to reach some kind of number on the top. Okay, so you're going to see that in play. But this is the basic characteristics of a parabola. Okay, and we missed one thing here at the top. Kind of a pattern is going to be if x moves 1, y should move 1. If x moves 2, y should move 4. If x moves 3, y should move 9. Okay? What's going on? That relationship is squaring. Your x squared, right? Okay, so here's some basic parabolas. So here's my equation. Y equals x squared minus 1. Okay, ready? We're going to plot. So what is negative 2 squared? 4. Minus 1 is 3. Negative 1 squared, 1. Subtract 1 is 0. 0 squared is 0 minus 1. 1 squared is 1 minus 1, 0, 3. Okay, so this was we're going to call it the original. This was just x squared, but now I have this one. So can anybody see a description of what happened? So how did it change? What went on from here to here? I moved the y. So I moved it, can we say we went down 1? We took the shape and we went down 1. Okay, so you can see here, down 1. That's why. Okay, what do you think would happen on this next one? It should move up 3. So just a general, like what it might look like. So that shape's going to be up there now. Okay, now, here we go, plugging in. Negative 1 subtract 2. So I'm at negative 3 squared. Did you get to 9? 0 minus 2, so that's negative 2, squared, 4. 1 minus 2, negative 1, squared, 1. 2 subtract 2 is 0, squared, 0. 3 subtract 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So I'm going to graph, I didn't graph the 9 because that's too high for here, but graphing the other ones, this is what we look like. Okay, I can see how it's connecting. Okay, so what happened? So this again, this one was the original, but now I'm here. So what happened to it? We moved right 2. Okay, this one's a little tricky because there was a minus sign and that doesn't really associate in your brain as right. Okay, so it is actually opposite. It moved opposite. So what do you think this one would end up doing? It will move left 1. So it would look so there's a general idea of what it would look like. It will move left. Okay, next. This time I have a multiplier. Okay, so we're going to go, what is negative 2 squared So 4 multiplied by negative 1. Negative 1 squared, so I'm at 1, multiplied by negative 1. 0, negative 1, negative 4. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So what has happened from my original? Looks like it has flipped. It flipped. Grade 12, we're going to learn a little more fancy language. It's going to reflect over the x-axis. There was a reflection. Okay, 2 more here. Okay, this time I have a 3 in front. So it's a multiplier, so you're going to have to square and then multiply. Bad math. So negative 2 squared is 4 times 3. So 12. Negative 1 squared is 1 times 3. And then those will be all the same, right? Okay, so what happened from our original to this one? So the arms were here, and now the arms are here. That's what happened. So I'm going to use the word that it narrowed it. It narrowed that parabola. Okay, what do you predict then would happen with this multiplier? So this multiplier was 3, and now this one is a half multiplier. So what do you think is going to happen to the arms? They're going to go, what's opposite of narrowing? We're going to widen. Okay, so just kind of draw a general parabola here. We won't get too detailed. It's just going to widen those arms out, okay? Okay, so here's what's happened. If you have a multiplier in the front, it flipped. If there was something negative there, it made it the U shape go upside down. If this multiplier was bigger than 1, it narrowed it. If that multiplier was less than 1, it widened it. If there was a number in the bracket, you moved left or right, but you did it opposite. So if I saw a -2, a subtract 2, I actually moved right 2. And then this one goes up, down. Okay, here we go. What are all the things that happen? Two multiplier. So it's bigger than 1, so it will narrow. Plus 3 in the brackets. So should I move left or right in the brackets? left. That one's opposite. Subtract 5 after would move it down. Okay, I need you to give me 2 descriptors here. What happened to the parabola shape? What happens when there's a multiplier negative? Did you flip it? And the number in the brackets, which way do you go? Did you make a right? Okay, this last one has 3 answers to it. I need you to write me 3 things. It does what because of the negative, what because of the 5, and what because of the 7. It's going to flip, it's going to narrow, and it's going to be shifted up 7. So that's kind of the idea. I just kind of threw a visual here. That's what it's doing.